Hi and welcome back to this annoying JVC that I've got. So this is an s-vhs deck, and what seems to have happened is the picture is all over the place. Now I've actually had a look at various videos on YouTube and also some photos online, and also consulted with a friend of mine who's got a Ferguson version of an earlier version of this deck. And they all use this same head assembly, and there is this little capacitor here which can cause all manner of problems. So what I'm going to do is to snip out this piece of plastic here. Now I don't like snipping bits out of the case because they are there to sort of maintain a certain amount of rigidity for all of the various circuit boards that reside within the case. But it seems to be the lesser of two evils when coming to do anything like this. And you actually see a lot of even sort of videos online which have been sort of created by sort of former professional workers, former professional television engineers rather, where they have actually done exactly the same thing, because it's a lot easier and a lot quicker than taking the head out. So I'm just going to give this a quick clip, which I might use some sharper cutters because those aren't much good. There we go. So there we go, and no, that's that out of the way. So there is an orientation to this, and I think 3.8. I think the black signifies negative. But let's get it unsoldered. And let's see if there's anything that gives us a clue as to the orientation, how it should be. So let's go in here. I want to be very careful because I don't want to unsolder anything else. There's all surface mount as well, which is new to me. It's not something I've really dabbled with before. Let's just cut a bit more of this out. There we are, it's gone into orbit somewhere. There we are. I think that's actually coming away. Yes, it is. So probably just tease that off like so. There we are. So you've got your two contact pads left there, and the black mark was towards the back of the machine. So let's get this out and let's take a closer look at it. So it is a 3.3, I'm guessing that's microfarad, 50 volt, or is that 5 volt? That looks like 50 volt capacitor. And we've managed to get it off the board easily enough. Let's see if there's any markings on the board that give us an idea of polarity. There don't seem to be. So So we'll need to do a bit of investigation, because that could be either negative or positive. That could point to the positive leg. So let's have a look and let's see what I have in my collection of capacitors that would fit, or certainly do the job. So we want something up to 50 volts. And I've got a 4.7 microfarad at 50 volts, which might do the job. Now it's normally the negative leg that's marked, so logic says to me that that's the negative side that is marked rather than the positive. So it's normally on these the negative side that is marked. So bear with me, I'm just going to do a bit of digging and just see if I can find a photo of another one that's been done. So I've had a look at various photos, and my first instinct is possibly right. I think it is this back one here, that's negative, which would match and line up with the black marker that was on there, which was pointing that way anyway. So the legs on this capacitor are a little bit long, so I'm actually going to shorten them down using using the clips. And I'm going to pre-apply a little bit of solder to those pads. I think one of them has probably got enough solder on there, but the other one could do with just a tiny bit more. Should be this one here. There we go. Get a magnifier on this because it is really, really small. And have I crossed off the pads? I don't think I have. I will gently remove the residue from the solder. Just get rid of all of that out of the way. There we go. Right. So grab that capacitor and let's start with this rearmost one first. And it's actually on there. That is definitely on there. There's something else I noticed as well in these various repair videos that I've been watching, and that is that this here actually has another idler assembly over it, and that means that the original belt that was supplied with this machine will actually work, and the one that I've purchased will also work. So I have, off of an earlier JVC deck, funnily enough, actually a Ferguson, I've got this, and what I was going to do with this is to drill out this centre part, throw it around the machine like so, like a pinball, and glue it so it actually sits and slides over that brass or whatever metal it is spindle, and then the belt will just be able to go over that, through there and around there, and it will actually have all of the correct tension. It will actually be the correct belt, rather than this very, very temporary arrangement that I've put in here with this flat belt, which is purely there for testing. So that's going to be a plan for the very near future if this repair that I've carried out today actually works. So let's tuck this out of the way, make sure that it is actually on. Oh no, it's not on one of the pads, and that pad might need a little bit more solder actually, so let's dab a little bit of solder onto there. And also this pad is beginning to lift ever so slightly, so I want to be very, very careful with this. Actually going to have to go left-handed, and if I hold that like so, then dab it like so. There we are. I think that should do it. Tuck that out of the way. Make sure that the legs of the capacitor are not touching, because that will just make my life very miserable. Oh, fiddlesticks. See, it's just coming away on that pad. Alright, let's grab this and let's heat up that. It is so very, very, very fragile. Right, I'm not touching that anymore. That's your lot. What I am going to do is turn this over, hook it up to the TV and power it on. So bear with me. Right. So, capacitor has been replaced. I've got a tape in. It's better, but there is still that noise bar. Plus it seems to now be doing this annoying going straight into rewind, which I'm not sure if it's to do with this play button. And if you hit play, it's just not playing. So I'm just wondering if it is the cable into this front panel that's causing us some issues. So if I stop and eject it, pop it in quickly, shut that. It's still all over the place. And the colour isn't great either. Now I'm wondering if it is because it doesn't have the correct, possibly doesn't have the correct pulley on the capstan, but I'm honestly not sure. It doesn't look great, to be honest with you. Although there's a flash of colour, so the colour's just come back, but we still have that noise bar. But the picture is actually better than it was previously, because we had nothing previously, we just had noise. So, and yeah, it just got into its stop state again. That could be the mode switch, it could actually be this front panel and the cable connecting to it. Because if you move that around, it does seem to stop itself. So it's probably the cable actually going to it. If I move it around even more, it might actually do something else. So it's probably the ribbon cable going to this front panel that's probably at fault. So if I just eject it again, and pop it in again and let it play. So I probably need to take a look at that ribbon cable, as it has been messed about quite a bit. So it's actually wound itself to the beginning of the tape. You can sort of hear it hunting slightly. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. Oh no, I was wrong. Yeah, it's not great, but there's far less noise than there was previously. Yeah, we need to work out what that noise bar is about. Anyway, if you have found this video interesting, don't forget to hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching, take care, and see you soon.